the origin of the best man.
Oh.
Does anyone know where the tradition of having a best man came from?
Do you want to take it? Can we just
We'll just have
guess?
guess,
Just
random
take
guess,
a
yeah.
wild guess.
I think the tradition of the best man came from back in the olden days when there were arranged marriages and the groom.
She's
No,
just
I'm
making
getting
something
done.
up.
no, I'm literally making it up.
Yeah.
And
You're
the,
on the right track, actually.
oh, and the groom needed to choose his best mate to make sure that the wedding would happen. I don't know. I feel like I know the origin of the maid of honor and I'm trying to tie it, but I can't think of like the actual reason
Think
for
darker.
the best man.
I think that. Oh, you have something?
No, go ahead.
I think that the best man takes place of the groom if something happens to him, in arranged marriage days, because the bride still needs to get married and they choose the second best person.
That's actually, I think that's right.
Okay, let's see what it is.
Yes, that is part of it.
Oh, yes. Okay.
The other part is that apparently the best man's job was to keep track of the bride in case she were to try to run away.
I knew that.
Wow.
Why didn't I just go from my gut? I knew that was the answer. It was something about controlling the bride. I had a feeling.
Yeah,
Yep.
freaking.
Yeah, and then if something were to happen to the groom, then the bride would marry the best man.
Gotcha.
So you were right.
Yeah.
And
so
I was
the best
kind
man
of right.
can't be married. The best man can't. Well, back in the
yeah.
day, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's actually, I think the bridesmaids and the maid of honor are not supposed to be traditionally married either.
Traditionally, yeah.
Okay, how much do you think the most expensive wedding dress ever cost
Oh, ever?
in US dollars?
I'm gonna say $3 million.
Okay. I'm going to go 2.2.
$12.2 million.
Oh, I was even thinking it was kind of high.
I was thinking that was high too.
It was designed by Martin Katz and Renee Strauss,
Wow.
and it had
Oh.
150 carats of diamonds.
Wow.
Okay, you know the tradition about saving the top of the wedding cake or a piece of the wedding cake
Yeah.
for
Freezing
a year?
it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's nice for your anniversary, but there's another reason that people used to in the past save part of the wedding cake. What do you think that would be?
You go first because I answered first last time.
I'd say that maybe it represents like if y'all end up in some kind of natural disaster and that's the last piece of food that you have. I don't know.
That is hilarious. I actually was kind of thinking something similar.
Oh, okay.
But I think that they saved the top of the wedding cake because it wasn't real. Like it wasn't edible. Aw, dang it.
Incorrect.
What is
They
it?
would sometimes save the top of the cake to later use as their baby announcement because
Oh.
traditionally the couple would try to have a baby
right away.
right away. So they would use that as the baby announcement.
That's so interesting.
Is that why people do like gender reveals with the cake? Is that where
Oh.
it came from?
I don't know. I think gender reveals started more recently than that, I
Yeah,
think,
they did. That's
with
true.
some influencer.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow.
Those are
Yeah.
good ones. Wait, can I share a fact that I know about the tradition of the veil?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the tradition of the veil is traditionally supposed to be worn in front of your face, the bride's face, and then the groom takes it off once she makes it to the very end to reveal her face.
Yeah.
And the tradition of that is back in the olden days when there were more arranged marriages, because sometimes the groom would not see the bride ever until the actual
Wow.
day that she was walking down the aisle. And it was to prevent him from saying no, so that there was less of a chance for him to say no and he was more put on the
Wow.
spot. So
Yeah.
it was to cover the bride's face, and
Wow.
it would be a big reveal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No
there's a lot of weird traditions that are tied to weddings and wedding ceremonies.
Which is why it's really cool that, presently a lot of people are taking traditions and doing their own things with those traditions, maybe just based on what people have done in the past and making their own unique tradition.